Want to make your money work for you even while you sleep? I mean, seriously, who wouldn't want to wake up to more money than they went to bed with? That's the entire dream right there, and it's called passive income. It's not some get-rich-quick scheme or some complicated strategy reserved for Wall Street bankers. It's something that absolutely anyone, including you, can start doing today with as little as a few dollars. And look, I get it. The word investing can sound intimidating, like you need a finance degree and a six-figure salary just to get started, but I'm here to tell you that's just not true. In this video, I'm going to break down 5 of the simplest, most beginner-friendly ways to start generating passive income. We're going to smash through the jargon and get right to the good stuff. How you can put your money to work in a smart, efficient way without taking on massive risks. We'll cover everything from the safest, most basic accounts all the way to owning a tiny slice of the entire stock market. The goal here is simple: to give you a clear, step-by-step roadmap so you can stop just trading your time for money and start building real, sustainable wealth for your future. So if you're ready to learn the exact strategies that can help you build wealth on autopilot, make sure you watch this entire video. I'm gonna lay it all out, no fluff, just actionable advice. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll have the confidence and the knowledge to take that first step. So do me a quick favor and hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you're ready to start your passive income journey. It takes just a second, costs you nothing, and it really helps the channel out. Alright, let's get into it. Number 1, a high-yield savings account. Alright, let's start with the absolute ground floor, the safest and easiest way to dip your toes into the world of passive income, the high-yield savings account, or HISA. Now I know what you might be thinking, a savings account? Really? That's boring. But hear me out. Unlike the traditional savings account from your local brick-and-mortar bank that probably pays you a pathetic 0.01% interest, a high-yield savings account from an online bank can pay you 10, 20, or even 50 times more than that. It's literally free money for parking your cash in a slightly different place. The beauty of an HISA is its simplicity and security. Your money is FDIC insured, which means up to $250,000 of your cash is protected by the federal government. There is virtually zero risk of losing your principal investment. This makes it the perfect place for your emergency fund or for any short-term savings goals, like a down payment on a car or a house. Instead of that money just sitting there losing value to inflation, it's actively earning you extra every single month, completely passively. You set it up once, you deposit your money, and you just let it grow. It's the definition of a no-brainer. Finding one is incredibly easy. A quick Google search for best high-yield savings accounts will give you dozens of options from reputable online banks. Look for one with a competitive interest rate, no monthly maintenance fees, and a low or no minimum balance requirement. Opening an account usually takes less than 10 minutes online. This isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about building a foundational habit of making your money work for you forever. It's the first essential step on the ladder to financial independence. And honestly, there's no excuse not to have one. Number 2, index funds and ETFs. Okay, now that we have our safe foundation built with a high-yield savings account, it's time to level up and talk about what I consider to be the single best wealth-building tool for the average person: index funds and ETFs. Forget trying to pick the next big winning stock, that's basically gambling. With an index fund, you're not betting on a single company, you're buying a tiny piece of the entire market. For example, an S&P 500 index fund gives you ownership in the 500 largest companies in the United States. You get a piece of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and hundreds of others, all in one simple, low-cost investment. This approach is called diversification, and it's your best friend as an investor. If one company in the fund has a bad year, it's balanced out by the hundreds of others that are doing well. This drastically reduces your risk compared to owning just a few individual stocks. ETFs, or exchange-traded funds, are very similar and often track the same indexes, but they trade like a stock throughout the day. The legendary investor Warren Buffett himself has said that for most people, a low-cost S&P 500 index fund is the best investment they can make. It's a proven, long-term strategy for building wealth by harnessing the growth of the entire economy. Getting started is as simple as opening a brokerage account with a company like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Charles Schwab. You can literally start with as little as $1. Most of these platforms allow you to buy fractional shares of ETFs, so you don't need thousands of dollars to get in the game. The key here is consistency. By setting up automatic recurring investments, a strategy called dollar cost averaging, you buy regularly, whether the market is up or down. This removes emotion from the equation and allows you to passively and steadily build a massive portfolio over time. This is the true set it and forget it path to becoming a multimillionaire. Number 3, rights. So you like the idea of real estate and the consistent cash flow payments it can generate to you, but you don't have $100,000 for a down payment on a rental property, and you definitely don't want to deal with calls about a clogged toilet at 2 in the morning. I get it. That's where real estate investment trusts, or REITs, come in. A REIT is a company that owns, operates, or finances income-producing real estate. We're talking about massive apartment buildings, shopping malls, office towers, warehouses for companies like Amazon, all sorts of properties. And the best part is, you can invest in them just like a stock. By law, REITs are required to pay out at least 90% of their taxable income to shareholders in the form of dividends. This is what makes them such powerful passive income machines, sending that money directly to you, some of which send dividend payments monthly. When you buy a share of a REIT, you are essentially becoming a fractional landlord, collecting your share of the rent from all of those properties without any of the landlord headaches. You get the benefits of real estate diversification, owning pieces of properties across different geographic locations and sectors, all through a single investment you can buy and sell easily in your brokerage account. There are many different types of REITs to choose from. You can buy individual REITs that specialize in specific sectors like residential, industrial, or healthcare properties. Or for even more diversification, you can buy a REIT ETF, which holds a basket of many different REITs all in one fund. This is a fantastic way to add the stability and income potential of real estate to your portfolio without the massive capital outlay and management responsibilities. It's a simple, liquid, and effective way to get a piece of the real estate and passive income pie. Number 4, dividend stock. Now, let's talk about another classic and powerful way to generate passive income dividend stocks. When you buy a stock like Microsoft of Apple, you're buying a share of ownership in a company. When that company is profitable, it has a choice. It can reinvest all the profits back into the business to grow, or it can distribute a portion of those profits back to its owners, you, the shareholder. That payment is called a dividend. It's a direct cash reward just for being an owner of the company. It's like the business is sending you a thank you check every quarter just for holding their stock. The most reliable dividend stocks are typically large, well-established companies with a long history of profitability and consistent payments. Think of household names like Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, or Procter & Gamble. These are often called dividend aristocrats or dividend kings because they have a track record of not just paying, but consistently increasing their dividends for decades and decades. This creates a beautifully compounding stream of passive income for you. You get the cash dividend, and you also benefit from the potential for the stock's price to appreciate over time. You can choose to buy individual dividend stocks, which requires a bit more research to ensure you're picking stable, reliable companies. Or, similar to our other strategies, you can simplify the process by investing in a dividend-focused ETF, like SCHD or VYM. These funds hold a diversified portfolio of dozens or even hundreds of high-quality dividend-paying stocks, taking the guesswork out of it for you. You get instant diversification and a steady stream of income that is automatically managed. For many, this is the perfect blend of growth potential and passive cash flow. Number 5, peer-to-peer lending. Alright, for our final strategy, let's look at something a bit more modern and alternative peer-to-peer or P2P lending. Essentially, you get to play the role of the bank. Through online platforms like Prosper or Lending Club, you can lend money directly to other individuals who are looking for loans for things like credit card debt consolidation, a home improvement project, or starting a small business. In return for lending them your money, you earn interest on that loan as they pay it back over time, typically in monthly installments. The main appeal of P2P lending is the potential for higher interest rates compared to what you'd get from a savings account or even some bonds. You can often earn returns in the range of 4 to 8%, or sometimes even higher, depending on the risk level of the loans you choose to fund. These platforms make it easy to diversify by allowing you to spread your investment across hundreds of different loans with just a small amount of money in each. So instead of lending $5,000 to one person, you could lend $25 to 200 different people, significantly reducing the impact if one person defaults on their loan. However, and this is a big however, it's crucial to understand that P2P lending carries more risk than the other strategies we've discussed. Unlike a savings account, your money is not FDIC insured. If a borrower stops paying, you can lose your principal investment for that specific loan. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, it's an investment with inherent risk. For that reason, I would only consider this after you've built a solid foundation with savings and index funds. If you do decide to explore it, start with a very small portion of your investment portfolio that you're comfortable putting at risk, and make sure to diversify across as many loans as possible. And there you have it. 5 practical, beginner-friendly ways to start building passive income streams. We've covered everything from the ultra-safe high-yield savings account to owning the entire stock market with index funds, and even dipping your toes into real estate with REITs. The most important thing to remember is that you don't need to be an expert, and you don't need a lot of money to begin. The key is to just start. Pick one of these strategies that feels right for you, open an account, and invest your first dollar. The power of compounding is a real force, but it needs time to work its magic. The journey to financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint. It's built on consistent habits, not on one-time lucky bets. So my challenge to you is this: take action this week. Open that high-yield savings account. Set up that automatic investment into an index fund. Start small, stay consistent, and let your money do the heavy lifting. Over time, you will be absolutely amazed at how your money will grow, pay you, and provide for true financial independence. You have the tools, you have the knowledge. Please smash that like button. It seriously helps tell YouTube that this is a good video that other people should see. Thanks again from Seven Hills Equities, and I'll see you in the next video.